Taking the boss ladies on a warpath this morning.
I'm money. I got money.
Every morning.
No! Ding dong! Ding dong!
Money.
I really think I could help this company if you just gave me a chance.
Just concentrate on being my assistant.
Were you always mean?
I got big and I got rich. So now who gonna check me, boo?
I wish you were my age. Then I'd check you, boo. I wish you were little.
I told you, watch it.
Black Jesus.
Well, this is the second week in a row I bring you a movie that really is inspired by Tom Hanks' 1998 comedy Big. That's right, Big is suddenly a big inspiration for other filmmakers. In this case, it was the inspiration for a 10-year-old actress, one of the co-stars of Blackish. Her name is Marsai Martin, and she had this idea to do a sort of gender switch on Big, took it to Universal and sold it. She is now the youngest person ever with an executive producer credit on a major studio film. That's right. She was 10 when it started. She's 14 now. She also stars in this film and has a very juicy role here as little Jordan Sanders. Now, Big Jordan Sanders is played by Regina Hall. She is a businesswoman, kind of the boss from hell. All of her employees in a very high-tech kind of environment really fear her. She demands, pretty much self-absorbed, self-involved in every aspect of her life, has lost all touch with the inner little girl that she used to be.
You went to bed grown and then you woke up
Little.
But that's for white people, because black people don't have the time.
I know!
What happened?
I can't even think of what could possibly have happened.
No. I mean, how did you go from this to this? I have never seen a better glow up.
It's very similar to Big, and it still works. It works on its own level, although it's a one-joke premise that wears thin after a while. Nevertheless, it comes from really smart, sharp writers. Tracy Oliver, who gave us Girls Trip, I thought was really a fun, outrageous movie as well. And of course, the producer Will Packer, who's done so many smart movies here in this vein and smart comedies. And this is another one for him. And he hired Tina Gordon, what's one of the few African-American female filmmakers here working at a major studio, and she's done a very fine job in weaving all these elements and making the broad comedy actually palatable. Best of all, though, among the actors in this, the main three cast, is Issa Rae. Issa Rae, who of course has her own show on HBO. She's terrific here as April Williams, the beleaguered sidekick, as it were, the assistant to Jordan Sanders, and never actually ever coming out of her own cocoon until suddenly she is forced to become the guardian, as it were, the parent to the young Jordan Sanders. Is the only way they can work together now. So she has a bit of an edge over her boss here, and uses it to great comic effect here as she tries to forge her own way here and make all this work, even though she's got Jordan whispering in her ear. There are other fine actors here. My favorite scene in the whole thing involves Justin Hartley of This Is Us. He plays a teacher, Mr. Marshall, because she must now be enrolled back in school, go back to her roots here.
Any parent or guardian of a child during the ages of mandatory attendance shall send such child to public school, private school, or a homeschooling program.
Say what now?
Say what now is enroll this child in school or somebody is going to jail. That's what now. Say what.
By somebody, do you mean?
You. That would be you.
It dwells way too much on her being a mean kind of boss, a one-dimensional kind of person who only sees the world through her own eyes. Nevertheless, the movie's a lot of fun and still works, and it's definitely worth checking out. So I say, go.